What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am very excited about this video. I just went to my P.O. box and I got, not a surprise package because I knew this was coming, but I did another trade with a friend of mine, or an acquaintance that I met on Instagram. Was a viewer of the channel and he reached out to me on Instagram. And I've been doing several trades with some people lately because I've got some stuff that I need to get rid of. I've got too much stuff back there on the shelf and I need to make some space. And he had some really cool boutique box sets that I was interested in from Indicator, one of my top 5 boutique labels of all time. And these are box sets that I have been not like actively looking for, but they're like those holy grail box sets. They're on my list. I have wanted these for a long time, specifically because my wife is a huge fan of this genre. So there are some box sets in here that I can't wait to dive into. And I'm not talking just 1 or 2 box sets. This is a huge box. Like, this is the biggest box I've ever opened on camera. This was a huge trade. And I can't wait to get this opened up for you guys and show you what's inside. Shout out to Bobby. I don't know if he wants me to give out his last name or not, but he can make himself known in the comments section if he wants to. I can't thank you enough for bringing these into my collection. I think he is very happy with what I traded him as well. I think he also said that he is about to start his own channel talking about movies, so I hope that goes well for you. Feel free to drop that in the comments below if you would like to, and I'll try to highlight the comment and point people to you. I'm gonna need to back up a little bit to get this open. This is the craziest package I've ever seen. All right, here we go. Here we finally go. Tons of paper. This is crazy. Thank you so much for wrapping this so well. They're just floating in there, floating in like a big old pool of bubble wrap. Here we go. We've got the first one. 2 more box sets, and we've got the last 2, so 5 different box sets. I'm gonna get these all out of the shrink wrap and we can dive into each one. And we are gonna go ahead and start with the first one because this is a single series of box sets, volumes 1 through 5, and we're starting with number 1, Columbia Noir Volume 1. I don't know if you're familiar with these sets or not, but these are a series that Indicator does. Like I said, one of my absolute favorite boutique labels. And they've been doing Columbia Noir for a long time now, all the way back to spine number 300. And this is 300 through 305 because there are 6 films included in this box set and in each of these box sets. So he reached out to me on Instagram, like I said, and mentioned that he had these box sets and asked if I was interested. I immediately was like, yes, I am very interested. I sent him a picture of all of my trade pile to see what he was interested in. And he was more interested in some newer releases from some boutique labels that I had already watched and didn't feel like I needed to hold on to. So I have been letting stuff go more frequently recently because I've been trying to keep the collection cycling through and keep curating the collection. And he was the same way. He didn't feel like he needed these anymore. He bought these when they first came out, and he thought that we would get more use out of them than he would. So here we go, Columbia Noir number 1, the 6 films included right there at the bottom. I'll go ahead and take the card off so you can see the entire box. They go full color on these. Each one has its own color, and they do a nice huge wall of special features there on the back, and then the 6 films listed. And I like this, they always include the years for each film and the runtime for each film right there. So when we are trying to decide what we're gonna watch, runtime usually plays a role because some nights we don't have as much time. Friday nights, Saturday nights, we can watch longer films, but usually during the week, we gotta get to bed relatively early so we can get up and take the kids to the bus at 6 a.m. So we'll go in here and be like, what's the short film we can watch? This one's 63 minutes, this one's 85 minutes, 83 minutes. These are all relatively short noirs. Those are always great for a quick movie night. Got all the films in there. Let me go ahead and show you the card that comes with it, Columbia Noir number 1 and the films listed. And the posters are always on the back, and you've got your limited number out of 6,000 included. And you get your big beefy booklet here with tons of writing on the film. I love these. We just finished going through the Marlene Dietrich box set from Indicator, and I read through the entire booklet on that. These are 100-page booklets. They are massive. This one's over 100 pages, 120 pages. These books are incredible, packed with so much information about the films. I love reading through these. We're actually on our way through a second box set from Indicator, the Bud Bedecker Westerns. We're about halfway through that one, a little over halfway through that box set. And then I can't wait to start some of these noir box sets with Grace as well. The first film we got is The Lineup right here. We're gonna have to go through these pretty quickly. I'm not gonna be able to read too much information about each film because we've got so much to go through. There's The Garment Jungle, The Whole Naked Truth. There is the disc inside. I love these little digipacks that they come with for all of the films. Then we've got Five Against the House right there. And next, Drive a Crooked Road. These are massive box sets. It's crazy that they come with 6 films in each one. That one stars Mickey Rooney. This one stars Glenn Ford, the undercover man. And then we've got Escape in the Fog, which looks like a little bit of a horror mystery kind of thing. Still very much a noir. There are so many noir films. These box sets could probably go on forever, but I'm very happy that they have kept it going as long as they have. So that is volume 1. Hopefully we can dive into that one maybe later this year in November. I think we'll probably go in order. I guess we don't have to. We can jump around if one of them seems more interesting to us. But here is volume 2 with Rita Hayworth right there on the front. We've got Framed, 7 Ocean Drive, The Mob, Affair in Trinidad, Tight Spot, and Murder by Contract. Again, these are limited to 6,000 as far as the films inside the set. And of course, again, we've got another booklet there to flip through. Covers all of the films. I'm sure there's at least some kind of essay or visual history on each one of the films in the set, but I don't know for sure because I haven't read through these yet. You get a booklet and then you get the films inside. Murder by Contract right there. Again, you get the digipacks. Tight Spot. Affair in Trinidad, the one I'm most interested in. This is another pairing of Rita Hayworth and Glenn Ford. One of our favorite noirs of all time is, of course, Gilda. And they're both wonderful in that film together. Here is The Mob. 7-Eleven Ocean Drive. And I should say you get a secondary poster here on the inside, which is always nice. And then another Glenn Ford, we get Framed. Framed is also included. So cool. I don't know what it is. I love going through a box set. Something about just, like I said at the beginning, just sitting with a particular collection of films and also diving into the special features and also diving into the booklet and just living with the films for an extended period of time, like a week or two, just makes the films stick in my head longer. It leaves more of an impression on me. It's more of a complete experience than to just watch a film and then the next night quickly jump to another film and then jump to another film. And I like doing that too. Sometimes, of course, if there's a film I want to watch, but there's something very special about diving into one of these boutique box sets. And that's just been some of the best experiences I've had with films in the last few years since I've started this channel. Here's number 3. It's the red box. We'll take it down here so you guys can see. We've got all the films inside. Again, a 120-page book. This is crazy. City of Fear is the first film in that set. The Sniper. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you've seen any of these noirs. And if one box set looks a little bit more appealing or sounds better, you've seen some of the films and you recommend them, maybe we could start there. Maybe recommend which one sounds most interesting to you. Between Midnight and Dawn, Convicted, another Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford is popping up a lot in these. And then we've got The Dark Past and Johnny O'Clock. What a great name for a film. Johnny O'Clock. It is going to take us so long to get through these. It's going to take us many years of Noirvember, but I'm not in a rush to get through these. I'm happy to have several years worth of Noirvember picks to watch with Grace, because that's one of our favorite things to do in November, and not necessarily just in November. Like earlier this year, we watched Detour for the first time. And like I said, we've been watching through some B-Westerns with the Bud Bedecker set. I love 2.5, 3-hour epic Martin Scorsese movies too, but there's something really nice about just a nice, quick 70, 80-minute little adventure that you can go on for the night. Kind of disposable, like delightfully disposable. And it's a nice complete story from beginning to end. Here's the third box right here. This is the blue box, Columbia Noir Volume 4. And there is the back right there. This is just, sorry, this video is not that informative. It's just kind of me geeking out about a really cool trade I did. But hopefully it's a little helpful to show you what these look like inside if you've never seen them. Maybe you can start hunting them down. Of course, Indicator does have standard editions of all of these releases if you just want to hunt down an individual film and you don't want to dive into the full boxes. But getting these all at once was just too good of a deal to pass up. So thank you so much, Bobby. The Brothers Rico is the first film there. The Manhunt of the Century. Chicago Syndicate is the second one. Noirs have such great posters, just like all across the board. This one looks kind of like a Western noir. Interesting. A Bullet is Waiting. We've got Pushover, which is the image that made the front of the box set. Walk East on Beacon is here. And finally, we have Walk a Crooked Line. 6 more noirs to add to the collection. These look like they're in great shape too, across the board. I've seen some of these on eBay that are pretty beat up, so happy to have these in great condition. And then finally, this is a really cool set. This is not just random noirs. This is a specific actor, and it's one of my wife's favorite actors, and one of mine too. It is the Humphrey Bogart collection, Columbia Noir number 5, and you've got 6 more films, and it's got this nice gray, very noir, black and gray cover. There's the back of the box, and we will slide. Oh, whoops. Well, I say they're in good condition. Here I am damaging them. I didn't mean to slide that one out of there. Hopefully it's okay. We've got our last book to dive into, all about Humphrey Bogart, who did more noirs than I realized. Obviously, there's some big ones that are in the Criterion Collection that I have seen. Actually, pretty much all the Humphrey Bogart noirs that are in the Criterion Collection, Grace has already bought and made me watch. Not made me watch, I enjoy watching them, but she bumped those up the list because she loves some Humphrey. And here we go. The Harder They Fall is the first one. A boxing noir, always great. Got to have some of those in the box set. The Family Secret, right there. Sirocco. It says Beyond Casablanca right there at the top. Interesting. Interesting. They were riding the coattails of Casablanca with that one. Then we've got Tokyo Joe. Another great name. I love when gangsters just have like silly names like that. Tokyo Joe. What was the other one we already talked about? Johnny O'Clock. Here's Knock on Any Door. Of course, starring Humphrey Bogart. And then we have Dead Reckoning. Great title with Elizabeth Scott. So cool. And there is volume 6 and 7. I do already have volume 6. I've showed that off in a previous video. So now I am up to volume 6. And I'm really interested in volume 7, which was announced relatively recently. But like I said, not in a huge hurry to knock those out, but it is nice to have those on the shelf to peruse through whenever we're in like a big noir mood and we just want to grab something quick to watch. But there we go. I'll give you an overhead shot of all 5 sets next to each other. Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful box sets from Indicator. That was my most recent acquisition, recent addition to the collection. Let me know in the comments if you have those box sets, if you've watched through them, or if you've seen any of the films in the sets. I always enjoy talking to you down there. As always, thanks for coming along with me as I open up this box. It was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. And I will be back with more physical media content very soon. But until then, keep collecting.